Judge, today's case, I scream, you scream.
They share a business, they share a home, they share a child, but he won't share his last name. Let's see if we can figure out why.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Cherie Hill and Brandon Harris. Ms. Hill and Mr. Harris, the two of you have been together for 9 years. You have one child together. Ms. Hill, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here in divorce court today?
Well, Judge, I'm here because I've been with this man for 9 years. I love him dearly. I'm trying to lock it down, though. I'm trying to change my last name to his and get some ice on this finger. And the only ice he wants to give me is ice cream, Judge. Okay?
Y'all own an ice cream truck, right?
Yes,
yeah,
we have our own business. We have our own ice cream truck business. 6 years ago, he gave me a promise ring, which is nice, but I'm trying to get an engagement ring. One day I wake up and I start getting all these congratulations. So I'm like, what's this for? You know, people congratulate me on an engagement. I'm like, well, when did this happen? I'm like, babe, did you know about this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, when did we get engaged? Oh, babe, you know, we've been engaged. I'm like, no, I would remember this. That's
a big deal. Yeah.
Right, that's something that a woman would remember. So I'm feeling robbed from an engagement.
Now, Mr. Harris, how did you two get engaged without her knowledge?
It was not like that, all right? I was speaking to a family member, maybe a couple of friends about, you know, I'm thinking like, yeah, she's the one, we've been together for a while, and I think I want to get engaged, and, you know, we want to get married. Well, you know, they decided, of course, to make it their business to put it out there for everybody else. So they jumped the gun on it, and, you know, it just got really misconstrued.
Yeah, and it got out in front of you.
Yeah, it got out in front of me, it was a little out of hand. You know,
but you got to give him credit. He was expressing some very good intentions. You know, that he was telling his people that he thinks you're the one.
I understand that, but when we're sitting at the dinner table and we're all like, yeah, Harris gang, you know, because that everyone has the same last name. They're like, except for you. You know, the kids are like, except for you, Mom, you know. It makes me feel some type of way. I want to be a part of the group, and they let me know that my last name is not the same.
I totally understand.
Right. Now, let me... What's the holdup on the marriage thing? Because he said he thinks you're the one. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I think so. And then there's some times where, you know.
Think so.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what's the hesitancy on your part?
Well, the hesitancy, it's more so it's a financial thing. I mean, Cherie's a great woman. We have fun together. You know, family and everybody loves her. But financially, sometimes, you know, I'm a man, I'm a provider, but being that we, you know, we have our own business or whatever, I like to think too, and, you know, three steps ahead of things.
Right.
Make sure we have a plan together and stuff. Whereas, you know, with Cherie, it's just like, she really don't.
I've asked this man, we've had numerous conversations. I asked him about the timeline. At first, he used to say, oh, well, wait till, you know, we get the business going, wait till, you know, it's legal and everything. So I made sure that we did that. Called his father up so we could help out, get all the paperwork together, got that done. So we revisit the situation. Okay, babe.
Excuse me, that was more like
I revisit the situation.
You handle it.
I handle majority of the paperwork. Cherie is always down to go out to do any type of events. We have events or birthday parties, things of that nature. Cherie's always the first one in line to be there, you know, at the front of the show.
At the end of the day,
but at the end
we
of the day,
legitimize the business.
No paperwork. She's not helping
he said
with
that was one of the
paperwork, invoices, none of this stuff.
He said that was one of the reasons why we weren't getting married, Judge. So
because you don't do enough paperwork?
Because it wasn't legal yet. Yeah, that was one of the reasons. So I made sure that we went ahead and legalized and everything. So I asked him, okay, well, what about, you know, getting married? So now he's saying that I recently was diagnosed with lupus. And so it can take a toll. Sometimes it was hard to get insurance. Insurance was hard. You know, it was high.
Yeah.
And so he has a fear that if we get married, that, you know, they combine the incomes, insurance will just be sky high, or that we won't be able to get it at all to cover my sickness. But I feel like that's just another excuse.
But you already have insurance.
Exactly. And when we get married...
So what is your real fear?
No, I mean, that's part of it too. Just insurance is one part, but overall it's just about being able to make sure that we can continue to provide for the business, make sure we have something to leave the children behind, and to make sure that, you know, we...
Well, you made a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You made one.
Right.
So that obligation is there forever.
Forever, right.
So why wait to get married?
At this point, like I said, when we made this agreement 5 or 6 years ago, when I talked about it and the family put it out there beforehand, we were going through a lot. We were trying to, get stable, get ourselves credit together, things like that. And those are things I think are very important when it comes time to get married. We're gonna get married, I wanna have this stuff in order. I know how many women would wanna marry a broke man?
So she's just not bringing in enough money. You're already committed to her forever. You know what I mean? If you separate, you're still gonna have to pay her child support. So why are you waiting for some economic threshold to be crossed in order to get married? I'm working on your behalf. You see this over here.
At this point, I just feel like he's coming with a lot of excuses because he once was married before, so I feel like he just doesn't want to go down that road again.
Can you be truthful about why you don't want to get married? Because the money situation doesn't make any sense.
It's not that I don't want to get married, but to me, that is a huge thing. I mean, there's been situations with us finding out about her being sick, and there's been time where I may have hurt my back or something like that. And if I'm out of work for 2 or 3 weeks, that can be detrimental to a whole household,
Yeah, but how is that more detrimental if you have a marriage license as opposed to the fact that you're living together and a baby and don't have a marriage license? How does that make the economic difficulty any more?
Well, you got me there, Judge. I don't know if you
These are questions I've been trying to get the answer to.
You know what I'm saying? You're already in one household, right?
Right.
So how would a marriage license make that economic difficulty more dire?
I feel like it would with everything that's going on.
Well, you know you're wrong. So let's just leave that alone. Let's stop talking about things that don't make sense.
We got into an argument, and guess what? I never did finish that night. Once I was able to shake him, I finished in 3 hours. And he said, "That's because I helped you."
Tell me about her work ethic.
Like, okay, she'll come in and she'll do anything. If I ask her to do it, she'll come and help to do it or whatever. But it's a lot of things that she won't do on her own. Like, we have to do invoices at the end of the week. We have to schedule these things with parties and stuff. And if you see me out there and I'm doing extra work over here,
jump in and help me out.
I don't want to have to come to you and make the call and say, hey.
This man has to micromanage everything. He can't just leave it up to me. He has to be over my shoulder watching everything I do. One of the times I got a temporary job, temporary delivery job. This man stops working at his event to come follow me to make sure that I'm delivering right. Every 5 minutes, he's calling me on the phone. I can't even follow my GPS, Your Honor, because he's calling me every 5 minutes to see, what are you doing?
Mr. Harris, did you go on a job to see if she was delivering right?
She had this,
oh, my goodness.
I remember that, too. She had a route. She was doing like a delivery route one time. And, anything that she's doing, I'm going to support her,
Okay.
She had a timeline. So I was just curious as to how she was doing on the timeline. And
that man pulled up on me in his truck to make sure that I was doing it right. And then we got into an argument, and guess what? I never did finish that night. Once I was able to shake him, I finished in 3 hours. And he said, "That's because I helped you."
And there are a lot of things that she's good at. She is, this yin to my yang a lot of times, but it's certain things when it comes to mainly the business. And when it comes to the business, I know I can be, I'm be a little anal about it, and I want to make sure things are done correctly, but there'll be times when she'll just, other things, if I don't say anything to her, she doesn't just go and take care of it by herself.
Yeah. Are you not proactive about the things that need to happen in the business that puts him in a position of having to monitor how everything goes? Think about it.
No. I mean, for the most part, I do XYZ for the business, invoices, marketing, but I can forget certain things because I'm also a full-time student. I have to work full-time, and I do everything in the house. This man doesn't help around with no housework. He's not picking up the slack with the housework. He has what I call a magic drawer in our house. He opens up the drawer, everything is folded neatly and clean, okay? And so one day, he couldn't find any socks. So now he's running around the house, you know, ranting and raving, oh, I can't find any socks. Where the socks at? He goes to put on an undershirt. Can't find any undershirts. Like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Where are all the white clothes at? Someone stole them. Because he goes from 0 to 100. So he literally was running around.
Somebody stole his underwear?
Someone stole his underwear inside.
I was being sarcastic.
No, he wasn't.
I was being sarcastic.
I was like, babe, they're in the dryer. I show him the dryer. He looks like it's a foreign entity. Like, huh? Dryer?
No. Let me tell you, Judge. Let me tell you. The whole thing is, I've tried to help out in the house, but anything that I do in the house is never to her liking. You know, I can go in there and wash the dishes or something. This cup ain't clean. I can go. I washed clothes one time. Okay. I tried to wash clothes. You know, she was out one day. She was on the truck or whatever. So I'm like, I'll help out with some of the housework.
Right.
She got mad. I put a towel in there with some underwear. Oh my God, you should have seen her now.
He washed my undergarments with towels. I had to walk around with litty drawers all day. Like, that's uncomfortable. I can't do that. He knows how to wash clothes. He just refuses, and he uses that as an excuse on not to do housework. So if he doesn't put some type of timeline together, you know, to lock it down, I'm gonna have to go. And I'm gonna take my vehicle.
Did you hear that, Mr. Harris? What's your response to that? When did you get diagnosed with lupus?
On Christmas Eve of last year.
Okay. Yep. But you probably had it before then.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, you just didn't know. Yeah, that could explain a few things.
And it does.
Because lupus will mess with you in all different ways, shape, and form.
Yeah, and I'm
kill
very
your energy, all of that.
It does. Right. It makes me forget sometimes. I'm on new medication.
Right.
And so my body has to get used to it. I'm tired a lot. And it's like he just sees me going. He fails to realize that sometimes, like, I can't. And it's like he's very supportive of it, but I feel like he doesn't fully understand.
Doesn't get how it feels.
Yeah, and I probably don't. I would have to empathize with that. I mean, I don't know exactly how it would feel. But the thing is, this is why I work so hard with the business and stuff, because we're not getting any younger here.
You got a 6-month at home?
6-year-old.
6-year-old at home. Any more kids at home?
Yes, we have a son who lives there.
He's 12 as well.
He's 12.
Who's doing the primary parenting?
Me.
Is that true?
We both are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she does a little more than me, but we both are.
Yeah. Me, I do the housework. I help them with the homework and stuff like that. I mean, he's there and he supports me.
And you're going to school?
And I go to school, yes.
I'm trying to hear you, but I just don't see what she's not really doing.
I just want her to be able to come up with something. If she's not going to go all the way in with this business and maybe just take over some of these roles, because I'm doing everything by myself, and it takes away from me being a father, being a potential husband at home, too. It takes away when I'm out here from 7:30 in the morning. I don't get home till 10:30 at night doing every little thing that goes on with the business.
So she needs to take on more of the business, even though she's the primary caregiver at home and does the cooking and the cleaning and going to school and got lupus, but you need help with the accounts?
No, we share with the house. I mean, with the kids, we share a lot more. I may not do as much of the housework because she'll complain about that, but we share. I take part in the cooking. I take the kids, to baseball practice, to the games.
Just recently, since he found out that he has celiac disease and he cannot eat gluten, just recently he started cooking, and that's because he can't eat out anymore. And so he has to. And so, and that's not even like he's cooking all the time. I think he's made like 3 meals.
She'll cook more so for me. But when it comes to the kids, I take more part, with them, with the kids.
Yeah, I got you.
He's a good father.
You want $1,000 for 2 car payments. Tell me about that.
Well, because at this point, I just feel like he doesn't want to get married. He's giving me excuse after excuse. And like you said, they don't make any sense. They don't make any sense to me. So if he doesn't put some type of timeline together, to lock it down, I'm going to have to go. And I'm going to take my vehicle
Did you hear
me.
that, Mr. Harris? What's your response to that?
I don't want her to go anywhere. I just want her to step up. That's my main thing. I want you to step up with me with the business a little bit while you're able to.
I don't know how much more I can step up, because when he asks for something, I do it. I do it immediately. So
does she?
No. Because if I call you and ask you to do something immediately, you already know. Well, right now I'm folding clothes, so I'm not finna put, you want me to stop folding clothes and go over here to send this lady an invoice? I'm like, yeah, she's ready to pay a deposit right now.
Like, he'll call and be like, I need you to write this lady an invoice because his phone might be acting up.
I know what's happening here.
Right, and so he wants me to
You
drop
said
everything.
on your paperwork, you said, I wrote a dirty word under what you said. It starts with horse. I told Shree if she needs to prepare for marriage, and she's not doing that. She needs to get financially stable before we get married. Did they get that wrong?
No, they didn't get that wrong.
Never do wife duties at girlfriend prices. That's what you'll say. First meal I ever cooked my husband was a week after we were married. First meal. I didn't clean nothing of his. I didn't pick up nothing of his. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, he wanted to marry, you know what I mean? You're not giving me a ring and some security. Clean your own stuff. I ain't got time for that. I got things to do. You don't think I'm good enough? You think I'm good enough to share your body? You think I'm good enough to have your baby? You think I'm good enough that he can trust you with his clothes and his business, but he can't give you his last name? Mr. Harris.
Oh.
That is a ridiculous thing. You're already 100% into it, financially, emotionally, and familially tied to one another, 100%. All you're doing is not giving her that sense of security. That's all you're doing, and it's not fair. She's giving you everything she's got. At no time will she be perfect. At no time will she do everything just the way you like it. Quiet as it kept, you're not perfect, and you don't do everything that she likes the way that she likes it. You interrupt her on her job and all that kind of stuff, and you're all picky and mean and all that kind of stuff. And I hate it when dudes come in here and say, she gotta prove that she's wife material because she does 99 things, but that last 100 things she ain't doing, so I ain't giving no ring. I'll give her a couple of babies. I'll let her cook for me. I'll let her clean for me. I'll let her have sex with me. The one thing she wants, I ain't handed. Don't be that dude. She's sick. Something happens to her, you know what they'll do? What the hospital and what the government and Medicaid, Medicare, you know what they'll do with you? They'll act like you don't exist because you are a stranger to her. You will have no rights. You will not be able to go see her in the hospital because you're not related to her. You just a brother in her house, and the government won't care, and the hospital won't care. She's sick, she's beautiful, she's doing everything she can. She had your baby. Damn, give her something. Giving you no money because you're not going anywhere. You are so invested and committed, it's over, and he knows you're invested and committed and not going anywhere. But love her enough to give her some security. Love her enough for that. You're in it for the long haul. You ain't going nowhere. Give her a ring.
Right.
I did my best.
Thank you, Judge.
There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so